We're back here on Up North at 4. Kevin Kraft in for Nate Myhock. And joining us, Wayne Kinnally from the Nokomis Fire Department. How are you doing today, Wayne?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So you were recently awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award for your work at the fire department. First off, congratulations on a great award.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your role at the fire department?
Well, I've been there 45 years. Just started when some friends said, hey, you want to join the fire department? So I joined up. The next thing you know, it's 45 years later, I guess. But it's been a number of different positions, different officers. I was the chief for 23 years and retired from the chief spot in 2016. Now I'm on the department, but I'm not as busy as I used to be on the department, but still active in some other things fire-wise. I'm still a fire guy in the community.
But obviously this is a stamp of approval, like you said, a Lifetime Achievement Award. You know, sometimes those words can be bittersweet, right? You're like, wow, a lifetime is, you know, as you said, 45 years, 23 years as chief. That's a huge accomplishment. And this award was, you were nominated by the people you work with.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Great, you know, surprising, you know, was the first thing, I guess. I thought they were kidding me, but, you know, it's all true, I guess. So, yeah, it's, you know, it makes you think back, you know, I mean, things you just do and you don't realize the impact that it may be having, I guess, you know, until, you know, something like this makes you think back and, you know, there's probably been some good accomplishments, you know, that I was a piece of, along with a lot of other good folks, you know.
Yeah. Now, 45 years, you've obviously done a lot. Is there anything that really stands out to you in those past 45 years?
Oh boy, I don't know. It's been teaching with Kinnally since the 80s, you know, more so through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and the amount of students and different things that we've had in the classes, you know, you see them later on, you go back to a department and now they're an officer or something like that, or they're the chief or something like that, and you taught them their first class, you know, when they joined and stuff like that even, so.
I'm curious as to how the life of a firefighter, like, mimics the life we see as a firefighter on TV, like Chicago Fire, right? Is there really that close-knit of a group of men and women, right? Are you best friends for life, like these shows depict, or are there times you're like, oh, I don't like working with that one?
Well, we're in the volunteer end of it, you know, so we're not getting the station time like you see on TV or whatever like that. But I do have to say there's a family element to it, you know what I mean? When you work that close with people and, you know, you know, when you do the training is really the time when you get to really know people. You can go to meetings and different things like that, but the time you're spending training, you know, is where a lot of the bonds are made, you know. And then that pays off when you end up teamed up with that person doing an interior attack, or they're running the engine and you're running the hose line and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, you have to become a team.
For sure. I can understand that. And, you know, let's start building on the team more. Volunteer fire departments, can you, how many volunteers? You're always looking for volunteers, I should say, at this time, right?
Always looking for volunteers. It's been a little harder lately than it was for a lot of years. Right after the 9/11 event, volunteering was very popular. You know, and I mean, all the departments probably grew quite a bit in there, and a lot of those people are still on, but they're getting older, just like me and stuff like that. So we're always looking for volunteers. I could say not just the volunteer fire departments, even the career departments. Everybody's somewhat short-handed. We could use more. So if anybody's interested, you know, it'd be a great time to just come out and try it. You don't have to know anything about it. You know what I mean? You get fully trained in everything through the department, and it's kind of like a journey, you know. You start here and then it leads to something else and leads to something else, and you know, and there's many options that you could go. You could learn different elements of it, whether it's running the pumps or interior firefighting, or it's the command, or it's the investigation, or fire inspections. You know, all these things have to be done in a community, you know, to make it all work. Fire prevention, all these things. So there's a lot of opportunities out there for people that want to do that. So
All right, Wayne, I appreciate you coming in today. Congratulations again on your award.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back here on Up North at 4 after the break. Don't go anywhere.